This is a 45 to 50-minute pre-barre warm-up that's similar to what the professionals do before they begin their days of ballet classes and rehearsals. But I've added some twists so that it's more palatable for 9-to-5ers who want to begin their workday on the right note. So before we get into floor work, there are a few things that we want to go over, which is called the Ballet Body Checklist. The Ballet Body Checklist makes sure that you're in proper alignment, and you can use this throughout all of our practices to make sure that you're staying in good form. So we're standing in parallel, and we want to make sure that we're pulling our kneecaps up. So you can do that by engaging all of the tiny muscles around your knees. Then we're going to think about engaging the glutes. So you can kind of think about squeezing them together, and you want to create indents in the side of your hip right here. We're going to squeeze the inner thighs together. Then we're going to engage our abdominals. Think about pressing the belly button in towards the spine. Knit the rib cage now. Now from here, you're going to roll the shoulders up and back so you feel them pressing firmly down. It should almost feel like you've created a shelf in your upper back, like right here. So when your shoulders are rolled down and back, you can then open your chest up. Make sure that the rib cage stays knit though. And then the last thing in the checklist is we're going to grow the crown of the head toward the ceiling so that you're creating space between every vertebrae in your spine. Ballet Body Basics also incorporates some pliés and tendus, so let's go over those. A plié in second position is a bend of the legs, so the knees go out to either side, and the tailbone goes straight down towards the floor. You could think of this like a ballerina squat. So in a traditional squat where your tailbone goes out a bit, this tailbone goes straight down. A tendu in ballet simply means to point. So we're gonna point and make sure that our legs stay totally straight the entire time. So now that we've gone over alignment, we're gonna sit crisscross on the floor. And we're gonna start by just rolling the head. Because it's the morning, sometimes we sleep funny on our necks. Go really slow. Feel your neck totally relax. Let your head drop back towards the back wall and all the way down. One more time. And now we're going to reverse it. We're going to go the other way. All the way around. You should feel a nice stretch through the side of the neck, maybe even the front of the neck, possibly the back of the neck as you do this. And we're not yanking anything, we're just letting the weight of the head weigh us down. Then we have one hand up. We're gonna let the weight of the hand weigh our head down. So I'm not tugging with my hand, I'm just letting the natural weight of it create a stretch through the side of my neck. And we're going to breathe here. Even as you're in this position, think about growing the spine up towards the sky as you let the neck relax. Then we're going to angle the head a little bit forward. So that should change where you feel the stretch. So now you should feel it a little bit more on the back side of your neck. We hold a lot of tension in our neck, so this is a nice way of releasing that tension. And we'll go back to the side. Release the hand, come up. You can turn the neck from side to side a few times, and you can feel the difference. I have a very tight neck, so I love doing this stretch and realizing the added mobility that I have in my neck when I turn my head side to side like this. All right, so now we're gonna do the other side. So put your hand in the air, cross it over your head, let the weight of the hand create a stretch through the side of your neck. Keep your spine nice and tall here. Breathe. Try to relax into it. No tension. And then we're going to angle the head forward a little bit. So you feel the stretch in the back side of your neck now rather than exactly side. Really make sure that you have nice, strong posture here. Even as you're doing this stretch, you can make sure that the chest is also not collapsing. So we don't want it to collapse forward. You want to keep it up, keep it open. So your chest is broad. And we'll come up. One more time. Looking side to side. Ah, feels so good. Okay, next stretch we're gonna do is putting our legs out in front of us and just bend forward. Here we're just gonna drop the head, drape it over the knees. It's okay if your spine is rounded. The goal here is not to reach for our toes, but to release the spine here. Really try to relax the upper body completely. And we'll come up, rolling through the spine as you come up. And one more time forward. Relaxing the upper body, draping it over the legs. Really make sure that you're releasing any tension in the back of your neck here, letting the crown of your head drop down towards the floor. So you should feel a good kind of opening sensation stretch, all in the upper back, maybe even in the neck. Breathe. Take a few deep breaths here. And we'll come up. All right, so the next exercise that we're gonna do is a bit of an ankle strengthener. It's really good for ankle strengthening and mobility. So just stretch one leg out in front of you. It doesn't matter however you want to sit, just make sure that you have very nice posture. Keep the chest open, the shoulders down and back. That way you're getting a little bit of a back strengthening exercise in at the same time as this. We're going to do 8 ankle circles in one direction. Then we're going to do 8 ankle circles in the other direction. So you want to make sure that while you're doing this, you hit every corner of the room. So down corner, point the toes down towards the floor, to the other corner, to the upper ceiling corner, all the way up to the ceiling, and again, biggest circles that you can make. And see how still my leg is. So my knee is glued to the floor. I'm pulling up my kneecaps like we talked about in the ballet checklist at the beginning. So I'm pulling up through my kneecaps. I feel all the muscles around my knee engaged. The only thing that's moving is my ankle on the floor. It's possible if you're hyperextended, when you flex your foot, that you'll have a space between your heel and the floor. That's totally normal. It's fine, don't worry about it. That's actually a good thing. It just means that you're really stretching your legs here. I think this is 4. We'll do 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. And now we're gonna reverse it the other way. So pointing on the angle, down towards the floor, all the way around, up the corner, up to the ceiling. And again, and 4. Make sure the whole time that you're keeping your posture nice and tall towards the sky. 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Now we're gonna point the foot down. We're gonna scrunch the toes up. So when I point the foot down, it's like I'm moving through peanut butter. So the ball of my foot points down, my toes point last. Now it's like I'm picking a towel up, like a dish towel, on the floor, scrunching it up with my toes. pointing down, scrunching up, pointing down, scrunching up, pointing down, scrunching up, pointing down, scrunching up. Then we're going to reverse it. So you're going to scrunch the toes, then point the whole foot, then flex up just the toes, and then flex the whole foot. This is good to practice for foot articulation, which dancers have to do a lot. Foot articulation is important because it helps keep dancers safe when they're coming out of jumps and things like that. It pads their jump so that they're not going to get too much shock through their bones as they're landing. And we'll scrunch the toes. It's also really good just for strengthening the bottoms of your feet. And one more time, and up. Good, shake the leg out, and we're gonna do the other side. So I'm gluing the bottom of my knee to the floor. I'm gonna flex my foot completely, and I'm gonna do 8 big circles all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice my leg's not moving at all. 1, 2. Biggest circles you can make. The bigger the circle that you make, the more results you're gonna see. You're gonna strengthen your ankle faster, get more mobility. 5, 6, 7, 8. By pulling the kneecap up throughout this exercise, now we're gonna point down and scrunch up. By pulling up the kneecap throughout this exercise, you're also engaging all of these muscles, which is actually strengthening them. It's really important to strengthen the muscles around your knees. It's good to prevent injuries, especially when you start beginning barre, or just any form of exercise, really. It's not just ballet. And 6, and 7, and 8. Now we're gonna reverse it. Scrunch the toes, point the full foot, flex up just the toes, and then flex the full foot. Scrunch and point and flex up. And scrunch and point and flex up. Scrunch and point and flex up. And scrunch and point and flex up. Last time. Good. When you do your point and flex, you can actually think about a line going from the center of your kneecap to the center of your ankles to your second toe. And that's how you know that you're gonna keep good alignment while you're pointing your feet. It's really important to know how to line up your point, because then when we go on to releve, like when we're balancing on the balls of our feet and stuff like that, if you don't have proper alignment, you could injure yourself very easily. So we wanna make sure that there is a line going from the center of my kneecap to the center of my ankle to the second toe. And if I can make that imaginary line while I'm pointing my feet, then I know that I'm in proper alignment. So we've done our point and flex. Now we're gonna roll down through the spine. We're laying on the floor. Just breathe here for a second. Feel the natural curve in your back. And we're gonna do a spinal twist. So one knee is gonna go into a figure 4 and bend over. So when you're in your spinal twist here, it's really important that you keep the shoulder connected to the ground. Feel 2 shoulders connected to the ground. And from there, if your knee twists over and touches the floor on the other side, that's great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I don't want you to yank your knee towards the floor. It's more important that you keep 2 shoulders connected. Very important for spinal alignment. We never want to do anything to irritate or aggravate the spine. Breathe here. And we'll come up. Reset the spine here. Breathe in and out. And we're going to do the second side. So I have 2 shoulders connected to the floor. And my other knee is going to cross over and drop down towards the floor. I am gently resting my hand on the knee that's twisting towards the floor. I'm not yanking. I'm just letting the weight of my hand pull my knee down. and we'll come up. All right, good. So now that we're down here, we're gonna start bridges. So 2 hands flat on the floor, feeling my shoulders down and back. My abs, my belly button is going in towards my spine. I've knit my rib cage, and I'm gonna bridge. So every time I bridge, I'm feeling my tailbone tugging towards my heels here. 4, and we're gonna do 16 of these. 5, 6, 7, 8. By actively pulling my tailbone in towards my heels, I'm engaging these hamstrings. And they engage with the bridge naturally, but this fires them up a little bit more. 6, 7, 8. Now I'm gonna put one leg up in the air, turn it out, point the foot, and we'll do single-legged bridges. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up here. Lower the leg, lift it up. 2, and lift. 3, and lift. Make sure the hips are staying square the entire time. 5, 6, my leg is still turned out and my foot is still pointed. 7, 8. Pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. 7, 6, 3, 2, 1. Again. 6, 3, 2, 1. And we'll lower. Come down. Second side. One leg up. Turn it out. Point the foot. Squeeze the inner thighs together here. And up and lower. 8 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, my hips are square, 7, 8. Pulling the tailbone towards the heel by pressing your heel in towards the floor. Now we're gonna stay up. Lower it down and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 24 pulses. Keep the hips high and keep them square. Your leg is completely stretched, the one that's up, and your foot is completely pointed. 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll come down. Relax. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Coming up. We're gonna go onto all fours. So, all fours, my wrists and my shoulders are creating one line. My hips and my knees are creating one line. So there's the negative space here. I kind of have like a square. And we're gonna do leg hinges. So flex one foot, leg hinge up. You want your heel to go towards the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now stretch the leg towards the back wall. 3, 4, 5. Keep that belly button sucking in towards your spine. 8. Now we're gonna go side, like fire hydrants. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we reverse everything. So 8 more fire hydrants. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 straight leg. So while you're in this position, make sure that you feel your hands flat on the floor. Your fingers are spread wide, and they're flat as well. You're pressing through your palms to support your chest. And then last time, back to 8 leg hinges. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold up here. We're going to pulse 32 times. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll come down. Woo. Okay, here we go, second side. So 2 hands flat on the floor. I'm pressing through my palms to support my chest so I don't want my chest to cave forward. I want to keep it supported. My spine is long and neutral. My belly button is going in towards my spine. Flex the other foot up. 8 leg hinges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch it behind you. 2, 3, 4, 5. Careful you don't collapse that lower back. We don't want to go like this. Keep it supported. 7, 8. Fire hydrant. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have to reverse it. Fire hydrants. 8, 7, 6, 5. Don't let the head drop either. Keep the back of the neck long. So it's like the crown of your head is going towards the wall in front of you. Now I have to do 8, stretch leg. 4, 5, stretch the leg fully every single time it goes back. Energy through your heel. 7, 8. Last time, 8 hinges. 2, 3, belly button towards the spine. Pressing down through those palms. 6, supporting the chest. And stay up and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last time. Pulse, 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 pulse. And child's pose. Woo. You can kind of collapse your hip to one side. Angle your hands in the other diagonal. Feel a stretch through the side of your ribs. And we'll go the other way. Switch which hand you have on top. So you should already be breaking a little sweat here, because I know I am. All right, last thing we're gonna do for our glutes. We're down on the floor. You can support your head with your hand, or you can keep your arm long. It's up to you. I'll let you decide. Make sure that you feel space, a little bit of space between your torso, like where your waist is, and the floor. You don't want to collapse towards the floor. Keep your belly button in towards your spine. Your chest is open, your shoulders are square towards the front of the room, so the wall that's in front of you, your chest should be totally square to that. And we're gonna lift our leg. 8, 7, 6, pointing the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toes up towards the corner of the room. We're gonna do it again. Point the toes the whole time. The toes stay connected. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. 2, 3, 4. Keep the toes up. 6, 7, 8. Flat back down. 8. You should feel it really in the hip here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Your hip should be burning because mine is. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. So this is 32 pulses. And down. Come up. Breathe. And we're going to go to the other side. A hand is supporting my head, or your hand is long along the floor, either one. Abs engaged, chest is open. Keep your hips square as well. So you want to stack the hips. You don't want them to come forward and you don't want them to go back. Keep them stacked on top of each other. We'll do 8, 7, pointing the toes, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes up in the air on an angle, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now reverse it, 8, 7, 6, 5, woo, keep those toes pointed, 3, 2, 1, down to the floor, 7, 6, your hip should be burning, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go, pulses, 32, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, last time, 5, 6, 7, 8, come down. All right, we're gonna give that a nice stretch. Here's how we're gonna do it. You can do a figure 4 stretch. So you keep one heel on the ground, one knee in the air, reach your arm up, grab it, grow your spine long towards the ceiling, and hug your knee in towards your shoulder. You should feel a stretch there. So you have two options here. The other option is stack the shins, heel on top of knee, knee on top of heel. And you can sit here, grow your spine long towards the ceiling, and breathe. If you want a deeper stretch, you can bend forward. And we'll do the other side. Heel on top of knee, stack the shins, knee on top of heel, breathe here. Or foot flat on the ground, reach your arm up, hug your knee, grow your spine long towards the ceiling, hug your knee in towards your shoulder. Feel a deep stretch through your hip. You should feel a stretch exactly where you're feeling the burning during those clamshells. And you can bend forward if you're doing this stretch. Relax the head at the bottom. All right, you've completed the glute section. Now we're gonna go move on to abs. We're gonna begin the abs series with a 1-minute plank. And I have my timer up and ready to go. So we're gonna do this together. All right, so I'm gonna go this way so you can check your alignment with me. All right, so I've set my timer. I'm gonna put both legs up. I'm doing a forearm plank. You're gonna do a forearm plank too. All right, here we go. 1 minute. So I'm making sure that I am not collapsing through my chest, so I'm pressing down through my forearms to support my chest. My spine is long. My tailbone is neutral. We don't wanna tuck it. We don't want it to go up towards the ceiling. Make sure that you're supporting your lower back, so you don't want it to collapse down here at all. And now, think about energy pulling your heels back towards the back wall. So you don't want to be forward like this. Pull your heels back so that your elbows and your shoulders are in one line. Stretch through your kneecaps all the way. Squeeze your glutes. Feel your leg muscles pulling up. We have 15 more seconds. My neck is long. You can hear me shaking. The crown of my head is going towards the wall in front of me. 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Go into a child's pose here. Whew. All right, nice. Timer aside. Now we're gonna lay back on our backs as we were before. And we're gonna do a crunch series. So we're gonna do 15 normal crunches, 15 butterfly, 15 two legs up. And then we're gonna go into some toe taps and some double toe taps. Then we're gonna reverse everything. Here we go, 15 crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 13, 14, 15, butterfly, 1, 2. Every time I'm doing this, my shoulder blades are leaving the floor. My belly button is going down towards the floor, towards my spine. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Make sure that your knees are stacked over your hips. So if you were to draw a line from your hip up to your knee, it would go straight towards the ceiling. My shins are making a 90-degree angle, so I'm in like a chair pose here. I'm gonna lift my head up, so my shoulder blades are off the floor, and I tap one foot down and up. So just the toes tapping the floor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, belly button in towards the spine. Now you can keep your head down here or you can keep it up, and we're gonna do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we have to reverse everything. 2, 3, reverse, we're just gonna do 8. 4 of these. 5, 6, try to keep your lower back pressing down towards the floor. 7, 8, belly button in towards the spine. Now we do our alternating legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, elbows wide here. 4, 3, pointing the feet. 2, 1. 2 feet down, butterfly. 15 crunches. 1, 2, 3. So I'm keeping my toes pointed and my heels rotating towards the ceiling. 6, so I'm not just collapsing here, keeping the toes shaped, creating a long line for the legs. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Last time, 2 legs parallel, 15, 15, 14, 13, 12, woo, okay, good job. We're gonna take a break from abs a second to go into a posture exercise. Then we'll stand up, do one more standing abs series, and then we'll get into balances, and we'll be done. We're lying with our belly button on the floor. My belly button is going in towards my spine. Think about your tailbone being neutral here. You have long, straight legs. And we're gonna place our hands at the nape of the neck here. I want you to think about lifting your shoulders to make your chest nice and broad. So we're gonna lift up 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. My neck is long. So these are like reverse crunches. And I'm using my back strength to get me up here. 7, 8. We're gonna get 2 arms out in front of you. Think about creating a rounded shape with your arms. In ballet, it's called a fifth en haut. And we're gonna start with our arms up in that oval frame. Feel them strong here. And then as you lift up, your elbows are gonna bend in towards your torso. And oval frame, lift up in towards your torso. So your arms should never actually touch the floor. 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're gonna do swan arms. Swan arms. 2 and 3. So try to keep the arms super fluid. But even as you keep the arms super fluid, feel the shoulders pressing down and rolling them back. 5, that helps engage the back muscles. 6, my belly button is pressing in towards my spine. My tailbone is long, so my pelvis is neutral. 7, 8. We're gonna press up. Feel a nice release here. Keeping the shoulders rolled back even here. You can go up a little higher if you want. Feel the chest lift towards the ceiling. And we'll come down. Okay, so now we're moving on to the standing series. We're gonna do a standing abs, and we're gonna do a balancing exercise. We're almost done. We're in a second position here. Spread my arms out long to either side, nice and stretched. I'm gonna rotate them up towards my ears. Now I'm gonna break the wrists, bend the elbows, relax the hands. Go through your ballet checklist in this position. Make sure that your tailbone is down towards the floor. Your kneecaps are pulled up, your glutes are engaged, so you feel an indent in the hips. Belly button towards the spine, rib cage is knit. Head grows towards the ceiling. Arms are in fifth on O. Bending directly side 8 times. 2, 3, 4, try to lift up and out of your hips every time you do this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is working the oblique muscles. So the side of your abs. 6, 7, 8. Now we're gonna plie, passe. Plie, toe taps the knee. 3, and up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're going from that plie position, tailbone's down towards the floor, chest is lifted, shoulders are down and back, to a passe. So one leg stretched, toe taps the knee. Feel yourself bounce here just for a second and come back to your plie. 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, really nice work. We're gonna do one more exercise. This is to strengthen your back. You can hold on to a chair with 2 hands, or you can keep your hands on your hips if you're feeling like you're nice and balanced. I'm just gonna keep my hands on my hips. So, we have one leg stretched, and this is called a tendu back. My foot is pointed behind me. My toe that's pointed behind me is in line with my tailbone. So it's crossed towards the center of my body. My standing leg is gonna bend into a plie. Keep my tailbone down. My chest is nice and open. My shoulders are pressing down and back. My abs, my belly button is in towards my spine. I'm still activating my glute muscle here. So I'm not letting my tailbone stick out. I'm actively engaging it. Think about wrapping the glute muscle around the hip. And I'm gonna lift my leg up. 2, you can hold onto a chair just like this. 3, 4, or keep your hands on your hips. 5, 6, 7, 8. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Keeping the back leg stretched the whole time and the toe pointed. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have a plie in the supporting leg the whole time. Now I'm gonna stretch the leg and lower. 2, 3, 4. The back leg can raise as high as you can keep it. while keeping proper alignment. So keeping that knee stretch, the foot pointed, the abs engaged, the chest open, shoulders down and back. 6, 7, 8. And we'll do the other side. So my supporting leg is in a nice plie position here. My tailbone's down towards the floor. My back leg is stretched, my foot is pointed, my chest is open, my shoulders are pressing down and back to create a shelf in my upper back. My abs are engaged. This is all gonna help stabilize you. Lifting and keeping the supporting leg in plie. 2, 3, 4. Back leg is straight, foot is pointed. 6, you can hold onto a chair. 7, 8, and pulse. 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And stretch, and stretch. Stretch, back to plie. 4. So your leg stretches up and plies down. 6, woo, almost done, don't lose your balance. 7, 8. Okay, last thing we're gonna do, and this is an essential part of every ballet class, we're gonna finish with balance. So we're gonna start in parallel, go through your whole checklist. Knees, glutes, abs, shoulders and chest, spine long. We're gonna lift one foot. We're gonna stay here with our eyes open for 30 seconds to 1 minute. And then the next 30 seconds, we're gonna close our eyes. So it's up to you what you do. The entire time that I'm standing in this position, I'm engaging my glutes so I feel an indent in the side of my hip. I feel my abs actively engaging, lifting, growing. My rib cage is knit. I feel myself growing long towards the ceiling. I'm lifting up and out of my hips, creating space between the vertebrae, growing the crown of my head towards the sky, not even the ceiling, beyond the ceiling and towards the sky. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. You might feel the ankle wobbling a bit, and that's just all the tiny muscles in your ankle feeling how to stabilize. Totally normal. If you feel yourself falling to one side, think about why that might be. Could be because you need to engage the muscles on the other side of your body a little more, so you're standing in opposition. Keep going through the ballet checklist. If you find that you're falling out of it and hopping all around, you can put 2 feet back on the ground. Go through the checklist again, just reset your alignment. Try again. So we're aiming to do this for at least a minute. You can work your way up to 1.5 minutes. When you finish that, we'll go to the other side. So we're lifting the foot up. We're gonna stand here with our eyes open for 30 seconds to 1 minute. If you're having trouble balancing, try to find a spot on the wall in front of you and just focus on that. Try to relax the mind. Just think about growing in your alignment. Even as you're standing still here, your body's still moving and growing and expanding. Close your eyes when you're ready. Ankle wobbles are okay. Whoop. No ballet class is complete without a curtsy at the end. So we're gonna step to a tendu side, cross the leg behind you so your knees are kissing, and we're gonna curtsy, say thank you. And we'll cross our leg behind us, bend 2 legs, and we curtsy. Thank you very much, good job.